All right, welcome to Southwest Flavor. Happy Thursday to everyone. Hope everyone's having a great week. We have a fantastic show for you today. A couple great guests, and of course, our co-host, Will Pena. Welcome.
Always a pleasure to be here, my bud.
Yeah, thank you for making the travel. I know that you have a longer way than most of us to get here.
A truck stop along the way kind of makes it a little bit easier.
Pack a lunch on the way over here?
Absolutely. No need to pack a lunch today.
That's right. That's right, because we have some food in here, and we're also going to talk about his food. Welcome, Clint, from the Station Pub and Grill. Yeah. All right, is he turned on?
Thanks for having me.
There we go. There we go. So tell us a little about yourself and the station.
Yeah. Station was started 13 years ago. We actually have the 13-year anniversary this weekend. So
that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
13 years, 2012, May 2012. So
man.
Yeah, it's been an incredible journey. It's been a lot of fun meeting everybody from the neighborhood. The neighborhood is insanely just great people that live out there. So it's been really nice, and still continue to come in, and the regulars plus new people coming in all the time. It's really awesome.
Oh yeah, and we've had over the years so many different networking events, a lot of Marana Chamber events, different things like that. So it's a great gathering place.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
But we enjoy it, and we do the big parties, the parking lot parties every now and again.
Yes, with the concerts and stuff. I've done those too with you guys. Yeah,
nice. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of things to get ready for, but it's really fun, and the neighborhood seems to really enjoy it. So
yeah.
Excuse me.
But, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to mention that he's been gracious enough to let us do a marketing event there.
That's right.
That we do there twice a month, and I got to tell you, man, that the food there is absolutely amazing. We get the chance to eat there after our meetings, and everything I've ordered on the menu so far has just been, A1.
Yeah.
Just perfect. Yeah.
I think that's half the reason Frank goes, is just so that he can eat afterwards.
That's what it is, yeah. And we invite him because he usually pays.
Oh, there you go. Wait a minute.
So thank you. First of all, thanks, for hosting us. We really, appreciate that. But also, thanks for that delicious food, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the compliment, and we love having you guys there. It's a pleasure to have everybody come by twice a month. So
and the one thing I've noticed is, after our meetings are over, is pretty much when your restaurant's opening, and we start seeing some of the local neighborhood people, your regulars, come in to eat, and it just seems like they always just feel at home there, and it's
that's what we're pushing.
Really, really nice to see.
Yeah, we want that Cheers atmosphere there.
Yeah,
where people feel like when they come in, we know what they're drinking or they're eating. We kind of, if we've already developed a relationship with them.
Yeah,
and that's one of the key points that we want to do whenever somebody comes in. We want to meet everybody. So
well, right on, because you're hitting it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
And it seems like with the culture of your restaurant that you have always just tried to be really involved with the community.
Definitely. Anytime we can, we sponsor teams, or kids with their sports or athletics or academics, going to Florida a lot. It seems like there's a lot of
for tournaments and stuff. Yeah, sports tournaments.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And or even cheerleading type events. But we try and get involved as much as we possibly can. And then on top of that, on top of that, just being involved in any way we can, like when with the police department or the firefighters or anything like that. They do. Right. Any type of community events that we can be involved in, we do. We have a community wall that has pictures of people that just come in, and
that's right.
So we definitely want to be connected. That's for sure.
Yeah, nice. I think you've had in prior years the Fill the Boot event, wasn't that where the firefighters they serve?
Oh yeah.
And
we did that for many years. We haven't done it the last couple, but we used to have the firefighters come in and serve for an evening, and it was a lot of fun. And raise money for their charity events and stuff like that. So it's been really nice. Yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah,
thanks,
I like that. Yeah.
So the station. Tell us, where does the name come from?
Well, it was mainly peeking around the corner and seeing the fire station right behind us, and so that's kind of where it came from. When I first was going to open up, I went on Facebook and stuff like that, and asked everybody, you know, what do you think I should name it? Yada yada yada. And I got a lot of, you know, really nice suggestions, colorful ones too. But you know, people were suggesting like Clint's Place or Bolin's Place, which, you know, but to me, I wanted people to be able to identify with it, where they're not. I wanted you to be able to say like, that's my place, and the station is actually traditionally a place where if you're traveling, you go to a station and then you commute to the next place, but it's where people meet. And so that's kind of where, you know, that plus the fire station being right behind it. Yeah. And what was nice is firefighters came in and they're like, hey, can we put our patches on the wall? I was like, yes, please. So it started with 2 patches on the wall, and then the police officers came in and they're like, hey, is this a firefighter bar? And I was like, this is an everybody bar. So then they started putting their patches, and then we got military patches, federal patches. So it's really progressed into something really cool. So we've got thousands on the walls at this point. So pretty neat. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That fire station itself, probably a little bit over 30 years ago, I took my wildland firefighter certification course there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some really good guys over there. Yeah. Met a lot of them, and they're really good people, and glad they're out there. Oh yeah, helping our community.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, they're very involved too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that he was once a firefighter.
I did not.
Ron,
I think you have done everything. From my understanding.
Done a little bit of everything. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, the calendar that year did not come out too great.
Yeah. They let me go because the calendar sales just plummeted.
Oh, man. No, that's cool. But yeah, I'm trying to catch up to you. You know, you got multiple things going on, which is really neat. So
it is neat. It's a full calendar. You know, just makes life interesting.
Definitely. Doing this twice a week plus the business. You know, the heating, cooling, plumbing, and then spices coming out. That's awesome, man.
But you gotta love what you're doing.
Yeah,
you have to have that passion for it.
You know, that's funny that you talk about that, just because we just had our quarterly meeting with all the staff yesterday for back end front of the house, and that's one thing that we preach to everybody, especially when somebody's hired. My speech to everybody when I know we're going to hire them is essentially you have to care, and you got to care about your job. Yeah. You got to care about your coworkers, and you got to care about everybody who walks through that door.
That's right.
And when you do that, it will not only make that job enjoyable, but it'll also, people recognize authenticity. Oh yeah. And so when you are authentic and like you said, passionate about what you're doing, people will recognize that. And even the way the food comes out, the way it looks, the way you prepared it, everything, it all matters in it. So
yeah, and all of us are in the service industry.
You bet.
So like you said, people notice. People notice if you love your job and if you care about the customers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I know when we've eaten there, your staff makes us feel like we're the only ones there.
Good.
You know, and that's an awesome, to be in a restaurant like that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's one thing I'll say is the staff at the station and the people that we work with, and not only the people that come in there, the people we work with, everything. It's such a pleasure to work with these people because all of them are just incredible in their own individual way. And we've got somebody that's worked there as long as I have, Jermaine.
Oh, wow.
Bookman.
Okay.
Yeah, she came in and applied while we were tearing out floors originally back in 2012. So she applied and got hired and was there on day one. She's still there today. And we've got bartenders and servers that have been there for years on end, which to me is really cool that people like to stay, that they enjoy being there. So,
they love the culture. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so very proud of that.
So as a bar owner, do you ever watch the show Bar Rescue?
Oh yeah. We actually got a call from Bar Rescue when they came in. Yeah, I guess they kind of call around a bunch of different bars and stuff. Okay. And
they've done a couple in Tucson.
Yeah. And when they called us, they were just kind of like, are you losing money? Or you got in-house fighting? And I'm like, no. Yeah. Everything that you want, right? We probably don't have.
So. It wouldn't be a good TV show.
They'd come in bored.
You guys aren't screaming at each other and throwing things across the bar at each other.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a fun business to be in. Yeah. 13 years this weekend will be. And then we're doing a nice celebration. We've got actually the band that's coming in on Saturday. We got Mark Miller on Friday, but on Saturday we've got another band that's all police officers that are in the band.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
yeah, and they actually did a fundraiser for us during COVID to help raise money because we kept all the staff, so we were paying the staff. We were figuring out what they would make with their tips and paying that.
Yeah.
So it got kind of scary for a moment as far as like
did
monetarily.
Yeah.
But,
COVID really hurt a lot of businesses.
You betcha.
Yeah. We were trying to pick different restaurants and go to different restaurants to do the takeout during COVID, just to help everyone out.
Yeah, and not many restaurants survived it.
Oh yeah,
You're
so
right. I know a lot of restaurants that just didn't make it through there. So, kudos to you and your staff, and
thanks.
For making it through that. I know it must have been tough.
Yeah, definitely was scary, but we made it, and everything's going great now. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I remember it was probably a year or two ago. We had a fundraiser over at your place for Pastor Toby. Or Matthew 25.
Yes.
Yeah. And he brought the band out, and we got to eat there and everything. Yeah.
Oh,
it
cool.
was good. It was good. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
As long as it was positive. That's a good thing.
Yeah, no. And we, your favorite thing to eat there? What is your, I know as the owner, you're like, you probably have a few favorites, but
sure. Yeah.
What is your number one go-to?
It's constantly changing. I would say traditionally it's going to be the Tucson turkey melt. But right now I'm doing the French dip because it's new on the menu, and I love French
you
dips.
had that the other day when we had lunch. Yeah. We were kind of looking at you like, why didn't we order that?
Yeah, well, you guys ordered salads. You guys were being healthy, and I was like, I'm going to have some.
No, we
French
ordered
dip
big
and
greasy
fries.
burgers. We ordered big greasy burgers. We did not order salads.
You have to have a salad once in a while.
Yeah, they've been told.
Yeah. That's what the rumor is, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, we have some pretty good ones too. I highly recommend people try the spinach salad. It's got bacon bits in it. So.
I think I had the chef salad, I think is what I had, right? And that was amazing. It was really good.
Good.
It was really good, yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Very glad to hear it. Yeah.
Even Frank had a salad that day.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ate it all too.
I don't think he took any pictures of it, so there's no proof.
Right? Yeah. Well, he's got witnesses.
That guy, you have a great salesman right there, or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's what his
he's my marketing guy. Yeah.
He's funny, always keeping things entertaining, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He keeps us on our toes.
I would imagine.
He hardly has anything to say.
Right.
Yeah, no, he's great. You got a good business right there. I went to your guys' was it the grand opening?
Yeah, it was our ribbon cutting when we got into our new building.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. You can tell the camaraderie that you guys have. It was a neat experience. So cool
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we ended up having 4 chambers there and the Better Business Bureau. Wow. And Congressman Wanseskamani's office was there, and
one pack and ship.
And the pack and ship was there,
Nice.
And the Pima County Supervisor Rick Scott was there, so we had a lot of different representation there.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was a cool event.
Yeah,
I'm glad we
I'm glad you went.
Yeah, that was neat. That was neat.
Definitely.
So, nice barbecue going and everything.
Yeah,
I was having fun. It was cool.
Yeah, Ron knows how to barbecue a little bit.
Yeah. I guess so with the spices.
I didn't do any grilling that day. I had my guys doing it because I was running around trying to keep everyone, happy and make sure all the other things were, as a restaurant, you got to make sure all your condiments are out there and people are getting served and people know where the drinks are. And
you bet there's a lot of logistics.
Shaking hands and talking to people. And
I went and hung out with them a little bit while they were barbecuing back there, hoping they'd drop a patty or two, but they didn't.
Well, we weren't charging anything, so you could have had as many patties as you wanted.
Right? That's awesome.
Yeah. No, it was a good time though. It was a good time at your grand opening. That was awesome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. We put a lot of work into that to try and make it special.
Yeah, I think it worked out well. It was very nice.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. Yeah.
Well, let's take a quick sponsor break, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor. Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple weeks. Planning a special event? They've expanded their catering menu and are offering 15% off all catering orders through May 31st. Just use the code GRAD25 at checkout.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is here and the hot summer temperatures are not far away. Your air conditioning system is one of the biggest expenses in your house. Maintaining your air conditioner is critical to keeping you cool all summer long. Protect your investment by calling Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturoxcooling.com for fast, friendly, and professional service you deserve.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love TRAK because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
TRAK is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting TRAK, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
If you ever have water damage or mold, your only call should be to Steamy Concepts.
Yeah, but what if the insurance company says to hire someone else?
Nope, Steamy Concepts works for you and not them.
The internet has tons of options.
No way, you don't gamble with water damage.
But the handyman knows a different guy.
Absolutely not. No way, you just call Steamy Concepts today.
But some companies are cheaper.
And you get what you pay for. You don't want to mess with water damage wannabes.
We're calling Steamy Concepts today.
Welcome back to Southwest Flavor. Hey, catch us every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. We'll be here with all of our different guests. You'll get to see Will Pena fairly often. Yeah, in fact, you're on again next Thursday.
Yes, looking forward to that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah,
we always have a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a good day. That's gonna be a fun show.
Yeah,
not that this one isn't, because we've had such a great time here with Clint.
Right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So what do you have there in front of you?
Well, Clint brought us some of his poppers here. Let me turn this around here, and they can be seen right there.
There you go.
Like jalapeno poppers. And
yes,
tell us about these. What do we have in these?
Yeah, we take the jalapeno, cut it, gut it, and then fill it with cream cheese and wrap it with bacon. And then we've got
then the special sauce, and that I love. That raspberry, is it raspberry chipotle?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sauce,
there it is right there.
Yeah, it's a good combination. You got the sweet, you've got the salty, you've got the cream
some
cheese,
spice,
some spice.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
good
hits all the flavors for that combination that you want. Yeah, it is really good. That's been one of my favorites for years.
Nice. Yeah. We that's a very popular item.
Yeah.
Therefore, that's why I figured.
Yeah, and they smell so good. Can we go to another commercial break?
Not yet. You have to hold off.
All right. We'll wait.
We have to give Clint his time.
All right, here we go. But I'll leave those open right there so they can.
So Clint, summer's coming. Yes. I mean, it's almost here. It's almost on our doorstep. Traditionally, historically, that's a tough time for restaurants just all over the Tucson area because it's hot. Anyone that can get out of Tucson, they get out, get into some cooler weather, take the kids on vacation, all that stuff. So I imagine that you're probably running some specials during the summer to fill some of your seats. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, most definitely. We have daily specials. On the weekends, we have some drink specials. During the weekday, Monday, we have burger specials. So I believe it's $8.99, $9.99. Yeah. I think it might be going up, but I think it's $8.99 right now still.
Okay,
and that gets you a burger and fries, or a cheeseburger and fries, either one.
Nice.
Which I don't think you can even come close to that McDonald's or any fast food. But
and yours are a real burger too.
We press them. We get them in logs, and we do 80-20, which is Angus beef. I would not recommend any other cut or any other ground beef because I think that's the prime.
Right, right. And when you're grilling a burger, you do want some fat content in there because you want it to be nice and juicy. If you have a really lean burger, it's going to dry out and it's going to be a tough hockey puck.
Even if you go to 8119, which is a really popular.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can find 8119 a lot easier than you can 8020 anyways, usually.
Okay.
But even if you go to that, it's such a different burger altogether. Yeah, it's such a different meat. Anyway, but we do use the Angus beef, and then Burger Monday, $8.99, and then Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, so we have a special on tacos.
Okay.
I highly recommend the chicken tacos. The regular tacos are awesome too, but the chicken tacos.
That's your favorite? Yeah.
We took a long time to get a good recipe that didn't leave your chicken dry.
Ah, okay.
And this recipe actually works really. It's really good. It's really popular.
Okay.
Wednesday's wings, so we do a special on wings on Wednesdays, and then Thursday is all day happy hour, and then Friday we have Fish Friday.
Okay.
And so fish fries. So
specials throughout the week. That's great.
Yeah, definitely. So whatever your taste buds are looking for, you have an option there.
Exactly. Yeah. And then during the summer we really kick up the entertainment. So we do a lot more music on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays. And we try and keep everybody entertained that way, which kind of draws in a crowd. Even though there's less people here, it still gets a little bit more people to come out. So
sure. And we want to remind everyone, I mean, you're a local business, we want everyone to spend as much of their money locally as they can because it stays here, stays in the area, all the people that you're employing and their families and everything, it just stays here and, the money just keeps turning over locally.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, since Growlers and Home Plate have come in, it's helped business.
Oh, okay.
I think people can go to there's choices that you can go to now that are all the way down Silverbell, and I don't look at other bars or restaurants as competition. I think it's there's plenty to go around.
Yeah, people usually rotate where they're going.
Exactly, and having options I think has helped all of us.
It keeps you in the area too.
Yeah. Now you're not going out there for one place being the station. You can go to Growlers one day, the station the next, or both in one day. I don't know.
Yeah. Or have a business lunch if you need a business meeting and you want to meet someone and have a great burger because you guys do have great burgers and wings.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we try and pride ourselves on our food. We don't want it to be regular bar food where you go and it's just kind of a small little wing. We get jumbo wings. We try and get the top quality meats and ingredients as we possibly can. So like even the wings are jumbo wings. The burgers are a specific type of percentage, as far as fat. To
and they're Angus burgers. So you have that good taste in them.
Yeah, definitely. So we're always trying to get the top of the line that we can. We're not getting Wagyu beef, but we are getting some good meat when we try and get the best quality we can. So. But yeah, definitely pride ourselves in our food, and obviously we got cold beer. We have a slogan on the back of our shirt, so we better keep it cold, otherwise people will be disappointed.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and last time I was there, we had before the salad, we had I had your burger, the double with bacon,
Stationaire.
Man, that was good.
Yeah,
that was some good. I mean, I could barely finish it, but I did.
Okay. Yeah,
I did. I did. But it was really.
You cleaned your
really
plate.
good.
Yeah. Well, your mom would have been proud of you.
She would. She would be. Yeah. But no, the burgers are great there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we definitely, like I say, we press them, we cut them, press them, weigh them, press them, the whole shebang there. So that way it's fresh. It's always a fresh burger. You're not getting something that's frozen and then thrown on the.
It makes a difference. It really does make a difference. And what I've seen with some other restaurants you can kind of see their decline when they start to fail. They start cutting back on their quality of food.
Yeah,
and then then you just stop going there because the quality isn't there anymore.
For sure.
And then usually they're closed. Within 6 months of that. Yeah.
I would rather. We just had to do a price raise on our food. But I think we're still very, very, very competitive, if not,
And most people understand. I mean, they see the world out there, and they know that, you know, the prices of everything have gone up.
Yes.
You know, and you can't be paying more for things and then not be able to pass that on, because you have to pay your employees and all your bills, all your overhead.
You bet.
Yeah.
And cost of food has definitely gone up, but you know, everything's good. Just you know, one of those things you have to do I think we've only raised our prices in 13 years, maybe 3 times.
Okay.
Maybe 4. I think it's 3.
That's incredible.
But we try and hold off as long as we possibly can.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. And then on your bar side, how many taps do you have?
16.
16.
16
okay.
taps, yeah.
Okay. Do you have some local beers in there also?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We definitely try and go local quite a bit. I just met somebody at the chamber, I think the one at the Top Golf.
Okay.
That chamber. So
the Miranda Chamber. Mm-hmm. They're at Top Golf a couple months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're supposed to come in and drop off some. They're supposed to come in and drop off some locally branded beer, and so we'll try that out. So,
nice, very good. Yeah, yeah. I love the local craft beer scene.
Most definitely. Yeah,
and it's great when they can distribute it out into the other, you know, the restaurants, the local restaurants here in Tucson.
Yeah, definitely, and just like when you started your business or when I started mine, you know, it's a struggle till you get those wheels turning, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and so I definitely want to help out those that are just starting their businesses out too, anytime we can.
Right.
So.
Especially if they have a good product.
Oh yeah, no, that's key. I mean, we won't. That's the hard part with, say, like musicians. You know, sometimes I ask them to send me something. I'm not saying I'm any sort of talent scout or anything like that, but you can tell if somebody's got a good product even there. And so sometimes I got to turn those musicians down at times just because, you know, it might not fit with our style.
It has to be an attractive product to bring people in and for them to stay also.
Yeah, and you want them to come back. So if you put something out there, whether it be food, you know, beer or anything.
Or the entertainment, yeah,
anything. So you want to try and keep the quality high. And not that I'm saying people aren't quality musicians. Just
right. Sometimes it doesn't fit. Yeah, exactly. So tell us where the station is and your hours of operation.
Yeah, it's on Silver Bell and Wade, 8235 North Silver Bell. Hours of operations are 11 to midnight, Sunday through Thursday, and then we stay open until 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday.
Excellent.
And usually our entertainment is going to be on the weekends. Every once in a while we'll sneak them into the weekdays, but most of the time it's going to be Friday,
maybe during
Saturday.
the summer once in a while.
Every now and again, yeah.
I mean, we have such beautiful summer nights here.
Oh, man.
You know, I mean, they're warm, but still they're, you know, for what it is, it's a nice time to be outside.
Yeah, and it's amazing if you're not from Arizona or you haven't been here, you have no idea how beautiful. I think Arizona's amazingly beautiful, and we got Sombrero Peak right behind the station. It's amazing.
Yep.
And this side of town is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Love being over here. So.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ron. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we're going to take a quick sponsor break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor. Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple weeks. Planning a special event? They've expanded their catering menu and are offering 15% off all catering orders through May 31st. Just use the code GRAD25 at checkout.
Shipping packages is a facet of modern commerce. At Tucson Pack and Ship, we work with major delivery companies to make sure your goods get where they need to go. In addition to shipping, we also offer private mailboxes, notary services, and document shredding. We'll also safely pack your valuable items. Tucson Pack and Ship, Tucson's one-stop packing and shipping source.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is here and the hot summer temperatures are not far away. Your air conditioning system is one of the biggest expenses in your house. Maintaining your air conditioner is critical to keeping you cool all summer long. Protect your investment by calling Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturoxcooling.com for fast, friendly, and professional service you deserve.
Picture Rocks Cooling,
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love TRAK because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
TRAK is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting TRAK, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
If you ever have water damage or mold, your only call should be to Steamy Concepts.
Yeah, but what if the insurance company says to hire someone else?
Nope, Steamy Concepts works for you and not them.
The internet has tons of options.
Nope.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater?
If you ever have water damage or mold, your only call should be to Steamy Concepts.
Yeah, but what if the insurance company says to hire someone else?
Nope, Steamy Concepts works for you and not them.
The internet has tons of options.
No way, you don't gamble with water damage.
But the handyman knows a different guy.
Absolutely not. No way, you just call Steamy Concepts today.
But some companies are cheaper.
And you get what you pay for. You don't want to mess with water damage wannabes.
We're calling Steamy Concepts today.
Welcome back to Southwest Flavor. That was fun. That was a good interview.
That was a good interview, and those are some good poppers.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I'll have a couple here after the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So who's our next guest today?
Oh man, this is one of my best friends, everybody's best friend, I think.
Yes, yeah.
This is Mr. Scot Tilley from TRAK Ranch.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will.
With a big guy with a bigger heart.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
He came smoochless today, but that's okay.
Well, I just kind of cleared it with Clint, so I think I'm gonna bring Smooch for a wake up show with Chris. So we'll put his diaper on, hook him up with the earphones, and see what he has to say.
That's what they do with me too.
Yeah. My first time here, I had to prove that I can make it through. Diaper.
A diaper.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's a show requirement. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Well, I hope I don't have to use a diaper today.
Yeah. That's all of our hopes.
Every day.
Yeah. So TRAK Ranch, I mean, it's something that we're involved with ourselves. That we love everything that you guys do, but tell everyone what you guys do.
Well, we're a qualifying charitable organization. We've been impacting Tucson's community for over 18 years. We do a variety of services, equine assisted learning, animal assisted life skills. We have vocational programs. We have groups with specific challenges that come out to the ranch that get kind of like a work abilities program.
Oh, okay.
So on any given week, you probably have like 8 or 9 different groups coming out doing work abilities programs. We partner with a lot of other nonprofits, behavioral health, different family services, foster program, Arizona School for the Deaf and Blind, TMC Children's Clinic, Ronald McDonald House. Man, I could go on for days. Will, you're right. We are kind of everybody's friend. There's really not anyone that doesn't fit into something that we can offer. We have literally programs from our 18-month-old up to our seniors. Kind of one of the programs that I'm really more passionate about is our community service programs. So here you might have a child that, maybe lost a father or is there for, some services. Mm-hmm. They learn how to handle the animals, learn different traits, dietary needs, really get pretty proficient with handling the animal. It grows their confidence. They get problem-solving skills. Common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense is just, it's not very popular anymore. And I've seen so many kids that have been raised by their telephones.
Sure.
That they just don't, they don't know how to use a rake or
that personal interaction.
Or sweep. Yeah, or just like they've seen it on their phone, but have they actually touched it and actually done it? Mm-hmm. But here you might have a young child, like I said, lost a father, coming in there and they're receiving services. But in the end, we turn them into a service provider.
Yeah.
And we've learned over the 18 years of doing this, it is a very powerful means of building their self-esteem.
Right.
And it's a win-win for the whole community because you might have this child at a memory care facility. handling this animal, sitting down with an elder, and they're having conversations about, the animals. The elder's there for memory care, and he's talking about memories that he had from his childhood
his youth,
about animals that he's encountered. And here's a child that's lost his father that's really kind of looking towards, an elder or, someone that has those stories and to share and knowledge and experience. I get the parent breaking down, crying, saying, wow, traditional therapies just didn't work for my child, but this works. And
it reached them.
And they're literally thanking me for saving their child's life. At the same time, when I get to the memory care facility, it's like, this guy, he doesn't hardly talk at all. But the day he knows that the TRAK kids are coming, he's up early. He shaved his face, and he's practically sprinting down to that courtyard with his walker.
Right.
And then he might want to walk the goat around, or he might want to walk the little donkey. So he's getting exercise. He's getting stimulation of the brain.
Right.
He's interacting.
And that's the biggest thing.
He's interacting with a youth. The caregivers are like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah. What's going on here?
And it's all over the animal interactions. We have over 60 service animals.
Wow.
And they're farm animals. It's not like a traditional, a dog as a service animal. We have dog service animal too, but we were just at World Donkey Days last week, and I took Smooch and Rio, his stall partner over there, and there was a couple of other donkey rescues there, and I really realized how well our animals are trained and just are socialized to the public and things like that. And it was kind of funny. I was there and I wanted Rio to make a little noise and let everybody know that we're there. And I have this, I have a donkey brain recording on my phone. And so I hit the play button on my phone, and sure enough, boy, he started braying. Everybody turned around. We had a big old crew over there. and they were like, does he do that on command? And I was like, yeah, just about every time I play this button for him, he'll start braying. Let me see. Well, I played it again. Sure enough, boy, he just started braying. Everybody's just laughing, just thought it was the neatest thing. And then I kind of like, after I left the place, I kind of like reflected on that, that interaction.
Right.
And I was like, we really have exceptional animals at the ranch.
Yeah. But it's a testimony to you and your staff of how much time you spend with them and how much love you give to those animals, because then they just reciprocate that back out.
Yeah. I think this is really, it's a really balancing act. They have to have the best food. They have to have the best medical care.
Yeah. So they feel good.
Yeah.
They feel good physically.
Right.
Yeah.
They have to have a good environment, good, clean, safe environment to be in. We have misters for our animals.
That's right. Yeah.
Our chicken and rabbit pen has a big master cooler, and it's 100 degrees in summertime.
Right.
Boy, you can go in there and cool off and really enjoy yourself. All the animals have misters. They just tend to be just happier.
Right.
And I think that does speak to our successes that we've had, is just because we keep these animals so well. They're literally parts of our family.
Right. They're pampered.
They are pampered. And then we partner with the U of A Vet School, Pima Medical Institute's Vet Tech program, the JTED's Vet Tech program.
Oh, okay.
JTED's just built a new building out there, so we're going to be taking animals for them to start utilizing and practice with.
And that's so important because they're getting their hands-on on these animals, and you're affecting the next generation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're getting real life experience before they get plopped into a work environment.
Yeah.
So they're going to know how to handle these animals, how to give them a shot, how to clean a wound, how they get all of that. The benefits that we get is that our animals have so many eyes on them in terms of their health needs.
Yeah.
Vaccinations, dentals. It's such a phenomenal collaboration that we have with these groups. And like I said, it's a win-win-win because we're teaching the younger people coming up experience with these animals. We're giving them good job training skills to go into job placements. I just really, really proud of the community service connections and collaborations that we've created over the years. It's really been huge for our organization.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I can sit and listen to him. You can feel the passion.
Yeah,
right. You can definitely feel the passion. So you have a lot of different animals at the ranch. Okay? But to me, there's something so calming about standing by yourself with a horse and just petting him. And I know you've told stories about kids, autism, and horses. You got a story for me?
Oh man, I've got so many. Excuse me. I think autism is really not it's not a challenge. It's certainly a label that we've given in society, but to me, working with these folks, it's a gift. They have a special gift. We all have that gift, but theirs is really almost turned upside down to where they don't learn on the same process that we do, but they can still learn. I've had kids that have tested with experts IQ test of 65. Now, to me, a 65 IQ would be someone that really
can't function in society.
Really do anything, right? But these kids can ride a horse. These kids can follow direction.
Yeah.
They can complete a task. So it's our job, because their world is turned upside down, to figure out how we manipulate in their space.
Right.
And
how to reach
not
them.
manipulate, but negotiate or navigate in their space.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the trick is just finding what they're good at and then cultivating it.
Yeah.
I have a young man that's about to graduate. Actually, I've got to be at his graduation next week. Young man I'm very, very proud of. His name's Porter. He came to me, autism, very minimal language, didn't talk very much.
Yeah, a lot of these kids are nonverbal.
Nonverbal, yeah.
Right.
So you have to learn how to communicate nonverbally.
Right.
Same thing goes with the horses. That's why this works so well.
Yeah.
Because it's that nonverbal communication. So anyway, Porter started with me when he was 9. And this kid had just the greatest, calmest demeanor. And he really had an interest in the horse's feet. I used to take care of all of our horses' farrier needs. And then I partnered up with George Good with the Tucson Farrier School. Oh, okay. George has since retired. But anyway, so once I partnered with George, and Porter was a little bit older, I approached George and I said, "Hey, George," I said, "I've got this kid." And I said, he just really has the best demeanor to do this. I said, "Can I work with you to get him a farrier certification?" And generally, this farrier certification takes about a year long. It took Porter about 2 to 3 years to get through, get certified. He now apprentices with a local farrier in town.
Yeah.
And he also does all of our hoof animals at the ranch. It's 60-some animals at the ranch that he takes care of all their hoofs. He gets paid. So here's a young man, nonverbal. Parents have never given up on him, have just continued to pursue people who believe in him. And that, I think that's the other thing too, is like, you have to continue. It's a process that is just, it's completely tiring to a parent that has autism.
Sure.
And the other thing that I always like to offer is most of these parents have sacrificed so much, careers, relationships, financially, just to go to the grocery store is sometimes a challenge. But what I found is most of the time when they've been to all these experts on autism, they usually have siblings that get drug along with them as well.
Yeah.
The siblings have to sit on the side. The parents kind of have to sit out there too. The cool thing about the TRAK Ranch is they all get to participate.
Yeah.
The
Family event.
The sibling gets to ride. The parents can ride if they so choose or participate in the process. So instead of it being like a service, I have autistic people come to me from all over the country. It's more like a vacation. And so they come, they'll stay.
They come to the ranch,
They come to the ranch a couple times a day. We have this, great experiences and memories, and each family has a specific goal that they want to try to reach. So we continue to address those steps and goals and cultivate their child.
Awesome. Hey, let's take a quick sponsor break,
All right.
and then we'll be right back with Southwest Flavor. Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple weeks. Planning a special event? They've expanded their catering menu and are offering 15% off all catering orders through May 31st. Just use the code GRAD25 at checkout.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is here and the hot summer temperatures are not far away. Your air conditioning system is one of the biggest expenses in your house. Maintaining your air conditioner is critical to keeping you cool all summer long. Protect your investment by calling Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturoxcooling.com for fast, friendly, and professional service you deserve.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Shipping packages is a facet of modern commerce. At Tucson Pack and Ship, we work with major delivery companies to make sure your goods get where they need to go. In addition to shipping, we also offer private mailboxes, notary services, and document shredding. We'll also safely pack your valuable items. Tucson Pack and Ship, Tucson's one-stop packing and shipping source.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love TRAK because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
TRAK is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting TRAK, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
If you ever have water damage or mold, your only call should be to Steamy Concepts.
Yeah, but what if the insurance company says to hire someone else?
Nope, Steamy Concepts works for you and not them.
The internet has tons of options.
No way, you don't gamble with water damage.
But the handyman knows a different guy.
Absolutely not. No way, you just call Steamy Concepts today.
But some companies are cheaper.
And you get what you pay for. You don't want to mess with water damage wannabes.
We're calling Steamy Concepts today.
All right, welcome back to Southwest Flavor. Hey, we have a nice event with Live the Dream Media coming up. It is Saturday, May 31st from 5 to 7 p.m. here. It is a free event. We are making a bunch of hot dogs, hamburgers, and just having a little block party kind of. So hope everyone can make it over there. That is May 31st at 5 p.m. It's a Saturday. So, grab your date and come on over and enjoy some nice time with us. Scott, it's summertime and the kids are getting out of school and they need something to do. Mm-hmm. You suggest anything?
I can. Yeah? We've got 9 weeks of summer camp. Summer camp is phenomenal. It's from 7 to noon. The kids will have a watermelon eating contest against the pigs.
Ah, cool.
They have to eat it with their hands behind their back, so they have to get a wedge on the table. Uh-huh. In 18 years, I've only had one kid beat the pigs. So.
Those pigs are pretty good at it.
So the challenge is out there.
Yeah.
If you got a watermelon eating kid, send them to camp because we got a challenge for you.
How do you get the pig to get his hands back?
Will, come on.
No.
My animals are trained.
Yeah, that's right.
My bad.
But no, the camp's phenomenal. There's water play. They'll dye the sheep's wool with Kool-Aid and vinegar. They'll make goat milk ice cream. Traditional sack races, and like I said, riding horses every day. It's just a good, fun ranch. It's a week long. It's $400 for the week. And we are, I have 28 kids, low-income kids, requesting scholarships.
Oh, okay.
A lot of these families are below $25,000 a year. I have foster kids. I have some special needs kids, all requesting sponsorships. I've been out just beating the pavement with all of our corporate sponsors asking for donations for scholarships. If you want to send a kid to camp, please go to our website. It's www.traktucson.org, and that's TRAK.
All right, and I'm just going to put this out there right now. Ron, we know a lot of business owners, right? I'm going to put this out there right now, okay? I'm going to sponsor one kid. Okay, my businesses will sponsor one kid.
Very nice.
I'm going to challenge all my friends that are business owners to step up and sponsor a child.
We love that, Will. You are the best. Thank you.
No, it's the least we can do.
Yeah, and it just makes so many memories for these kids.
You're spot on right there.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids would never have this experience. Most of them have never been around a horse, let alone be able to ride one.
That's right. These are all city kids.
Yeah, this is a very, very special thing. Thank you, my man.
You're welcome, brother.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Ron, you know any business owners?
I know one or two. Yeah, yeah.
Well, Ron's always very, very quiet and very modest, but Ron is actually on our board of directors.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
And we're looking for more board members. To participate. I know you're on another board and a very good good organization. I love Southern Arizona Book Hearers. We've partnered with them. I know Jennifer very, very well. They actually donated some old tools that her dad had for some of our vocational programs. So yeah, we get around. But
yeah, well, that's one of the great things about Tucson and Southern Arizona is just we're all working with each other.
Yeah.
The nonprofits are working with each other. The business owners are working with each other. And we all get to know each other and try to help each other out. Yeah,
it's the biggest small town in the world, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm very proud to be here in Tucson. Just the generosity and the community that is here. I just love it.
All right. Tell us one more time how someone could get a hold of you for either to sponsor a kid or if they have a child or a grandchild that they would like to send to camp.
Yeah. You can call the office. It's 520-298-9808, or you could go to our website, traktucson.org, www.traktucson.org.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you,
and
Ron.
Thank you for everything that you do in the community.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Will.
Always great hanging with you, bud.
I appreciate it.
All right. That's another episode of Southwest Flavor. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. We'll see you next week.